In this video, we're gonna discuss looking for patterns, and that's section 6.6. Number 10 says determine the pattern and complete the table. Graph the results and write a formula to describe the relationship between the input and output variables. Okay, so what's the pattern? If I look at the X, I have -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3. So it looks like my X values are increasing by 1. Now for Y, I have some values are missing, but for the ones that I have in a row, I have 3, 4, 5. So these are also increasing by 1. Okay, so if I keep this pattern, 3, 4, 5, that means here I'm going to have 6, 7, and 8 confirms that I guessed the pattern correctly. Now, I have one more value that's missing right here. So if the values are increasing by 1 going this way, they should be decreasing by 1 going the other way. So this value would be 2. Okay, what are the ordered pairs? We have -3, 2, -2, 3, -1, 4, 0, 5, 1, 6, 2, 7, 3, 8. All right, so I got my pairs. Now they want me to graph the results. I'm going to set up my X and Y value. I see that on the X, the smallest value is -3, the largest value is +3. And on the Y, I only have positive values from 2 to 8. So I'm going to allow more room above the Y, above the X-axis, and equal room on both sides of the Y. Okay, so here's my X axis, and then this is going to be my Y axis. And on X, my kind of smallest value is -3, so furthest from the 0, 1, 2, -3, 1, 2, +3 is my largest value. And then I have to accommodate 8 on the Y axis. Okay, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't have enough room. If I make my step that equal 2 little squares, so I'm gonna make 1 little square, 1 step. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I could stop there, or I could make a couple more, 10. All right, so let's plot the points. -3, 2 is my first point right here. -2, 3 is my next point. -1, 4. Then 0, 5. Then 1, 6. Then 2, 7. And 3, 8. 3 and 8. There you go. So those are my points, and I'm gonna connect them. Here we go. That's my graph. Now they want us to write the formula to describe the relationship between the input and the output value. So in other words, what shall we do to consistently get take the y and get the take the x and get the y? So how do we convert -3 into 2? Someone may say, okay, we take it and we add 5 to it, right? If we take -3 and add 5, do we get 2? I'd say, yeah. Now, the question, the problem is it should work for all of the pairs. So if we take -2, add 5, do we get 3? The answer is yes. So this is, okay, -3 plus 5 equals 2. This is -2 plus 5 equals 3. Does negative 1 plus 4 plus 5 give me 4? The answer is yes. What about 0 plus 5? Am I gonna get my y? Yes. Okay. 1 plus 5, 6. 2 plus 5, 7. 3 plus 5, 8. So this plus 5 works for all of my x and y values. So I could say those were my y values, right? That's how they were calculated. So I could write the formula now. I could say y equals whatever x value is. I'll take my x value and add 5 on top of it. I'll get my y value. Okay, so the symbolic, and this is called the symbolic rule, where x is a variable. We can plug in any value. So this is y equals x plus 5. Okay, let's try it again. I really encourage you to try it by yourself first. Pause this video here. Go try it by yourself and then come back and compare your results. All right, I'm gonna give you a couple of seconds. And let's do it. So again, when I look at my x values, my x values are increasing by 1. So -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3. Now for the y values now, they're not increasing by 1, just like in a previous example, but they're increasing, well, if you don't see it right away, focus on 0, 1/2, 1. And I hope that you see that they're increasing by a half. So to get from 0 to 1/2, it's plus 1/2. And then 1/2 to 1, that's again plus 1/2. Right? So to get to the next one, that's going to be 1.5, right? 1 and 1/2, which is, if we convert it to a improper fraction, that's going to be 3/2. Boy, it's messy. Okay, so if we're going down, adding 1, if we move up, that's going to be subtracting 1/2. So subtract 1/2, you get -1/2. Subtract another 1/2, you're going to get -1. And if you subtract another 1/2, then it's going to be negative 1 1/2 or negative 3/2. Okay, so what are our ordered pairs? Negative 3, negative 3/2. Negative 2, negative 1. Negative 1, negative 1/2. 0, 0. 1, 1/2. 2, 1. 3, 3/2. Okay, so I'm gonna create a graph. So my x situation with x values is similar. Then here for the y values, we do have different values. We have, again, from negative 3/2 to positive 3/2. So I need equal room below and above the x-axis. Let's do this. So here are my x and y axes. Now for the y value, like in the previous one, I had to accommodate like 8. We don't have anything like that. Here, my highest value is 3/2, which is between 1 and 2. So I can actually make my step really large if I wanted to. I could make it 3. Let's do it. Let's make it 3. So this is 1. This is 2. Negative 1, negative 2. Okay, so my first point is negative 3, negative 3/2. So negative 3, negative 3/2. So 3/2, remember it's 1 1/2. So it's going to be right there. The next one is negative 2, negative 1. The next one is negative 1, negative 1/2, and then 0, 0, and then 1, 1/2. No, yeah. And then 2 and 1, and then 3 and 3/2 right here. So again, we have a beautiful pattern. We have our line, all of the points lined up. So here we go. Now, the last portion of this question is symbolic rule. So what do you think? What is the pattern? Again, pause here and think about it, and then we're going to discuss it together. So when I look at this table, what I see is, first of all, here, if you look at negative 2 and negative 1, and then negative 1 and negative 1/2, it looks like here, what's happening to the x? Remember that your y always depends on x. So y is a result of some operations done on x. So what is it? What do you think? What's happening with the x? Well, it looks like it's been slashed in half, right? So I have negative 2, negative 1, negative 1, negative 1/2, and then 1, 1/2, 2, 1, and even negative 3 and 3/2. See, it's been halved. So the rule is, in order to get y, you take your x and you divide it by 2. You slash it in half. So that's the symbolic rule for it.